What's good, everybody? It's been a minute. I ain't been touching on too many, subjects or whatever, but I'm gonna go ahead and unleash this one, you know. So, y'all all are familiar with Monique, right? And if you watch her, you're familiar with her gay ass father, right? And then you're familiar with her relationship with Mike Daniels, who's not even old enough to be Deshay's father, right? So now what you have here is you have a clout chasing ass bitch, and if Deshay wants to fight, we could definitely fight. I'm gonna break you. For those that don't know, as I was in school, Virginia, that is, when I was in college, minding my business, after the situation with the pedophile, we had Deshay, the gay, DD Gay, the rapper from Pontiac, and Casanat, get cut and get slashed and tell people in jail, because they was put in jail, and police that I did it. Use my name in front of my father, in front of a cousin that was a correctional officer. Being that we're famous and we're Barksdales, people ran with it, especially the blood gangs, aka the community. Blood on Shiva, Haram. That's why Islam is about, because Hinduism was the first religion. And as people, the community was disrespecting the gods and the goddesses by pouring body fluids instead of bringing a positive essence to the statues, because it was many statues made from the hunters and the hunt and the, what you want to call them, the hunters, the gods, or whatever you want to call them. The sanction came from Islam, basically. That's what it is. Love and peace, peace and love. You get it? So they made people pray for their sins. They made them pray so many times that they didn't have time to perform the haram of throwing blood on Shiva, which is your right leg. So people, if you don't know, right, a protector, a guardian, a shapeshifter, it's the left side. That's Vishnu. That's what he was known for. So in Hinduism, long story short, one of the consorts told Brahm, the creator, that it was a spread of homosexuality. And being that Vishnu is a protector and a guardian of a community, and that Shiva is married, well, basically is the husband, or his sister, Parvati Uma, your left leg, is the consort of Shiva. They're brothers and sisters. Vishnu and Parvati Uma is brother and sister. Shiva is not the brother of Saraswati, who is Brahma's wife. He's also not the brother of Vishnu. They make them brothers, celestial knowledge, I guess, from the star gods, because they both was prophecies. But they weren't related, as these people were hunters. Right? Make a long story short. I'm not going to go through anything. All you have to know is whether it's a Kruger or a Petty, the difference is the gender. So now we have Monique, and Brooklyn is a little thought, a little chicken disease thought. It has so many boyfriends. But at the end of the day, we have Monique still wanting to be that MILF. We also have the connection of the community. Right? See the connection? You see how DDG is Woo Wop's gay uncle? Everybody's wondering, how does Shorty get $2 million a year for his music and he's not that good? You get that? What else are you showing? Are you letting people laugh at your thoughts and your subconscious? Right? Is Monique still playing the Kruger role? Is she still cool with Max like I didn't know? Okay, let's drag it deeper now. So Monique in 2008, she's at my great-grandmother's funeral. My great-grandmother's last name was Barksdale. Chase City, Virginia. Had her own land and her own cemetery. 2008, me, my uncle, and my cousin, their last name is Barksdale. We go. That's where I meet Davon Bennett, also known as King Von. That's where I meet L.A. Capone, also known, well, real government, Leonard Anderson, sorry. And then I meet my other rapper cousin who's still alive and is dope, Cameron Washington, also known as C-Dot Honcho. I also meet Gervonta Tank Davis's mother because Gervonta Tank Davis's father from Baltimore is related to us. So I met his mother, and Tank wasn't there because he had to go, across some type of boxing match across the country. He had like a cross training. He had to go perform. You know he's nasty. He's probably the best boxer out. Ain't nobody smoking him for real. Guess it's in the bloodline, cause Max knows me from fighting too. Showed him something different. Yeah, so I was the big cousin that was real before they was even born. Remember that. Still the same way. The shit, I'll knock you out. And I'll slap the shit out of Brooklyn too. Right? But what we have is Monique at my great-grandmother's funeral, and she's not a Barksdale at all. What are you doing? Hello? Now it's obvious you're chasing something. I don't know if you met Vaughn or if he was in Chicago and met any of them, but you damn sure wasn't on them. And Tank's mom showed from off the rip she did not like you at all. She showed me that shit. And I was in my 20s, graduated college and everything. 2008. So I was old enough to be functional, very functional on what's going on. She did not like you at all. And as the kids were sitting in front of me, Monique was behind me at a table all the way on the other side with the white people that was there too. We had white family members. Straight Caucasian, blonde hair, blue eye, with the last name Barksdale. Right? So I see Davon, Leonard, and Cameron reacting off of her. So she's being a fucking clown behind me, right? And doing shit behind me, my Uncle Kevin, my cousin Kevin's back. So what you have is, prior to 2008 and 2004, she's in Peekskill, New York. No, Ashland, New York. At Larry McDonald's house, who is the uncle of my father, Calvin Barksdale, and Kevin Barksdale. You see where this is going? So now, her and Max is probably the same age. They grew up together and around each other when she was over here, meaning Monique, when she wasn't in Seattle her whole life. Right? So now, when a man touches a little boy, he's a petty, right? But when a Kruger or older woman wants to put her hands on somebody that's younger, it's considered cute. So now she has a younger boyfriend, and Deshae is miserable. Met him in 2004. So if you go do their real ages, because as you can see, they're using the whole FBI scheme, the fraudulent scheme. You see how the camera is backwards? How your left side is supposed to be on your right side, and it's really not. It's like looking in the mirror and then looking at somebody. If you look in the mirror and raise your left hand, it's going to come up in the left. But if somebody's the opposite of you and they raise their left hand is over here. Because they're fraudulent. So you've been subconscious in me, Monique, right? You've been following me because you're related to my mother's side of the family. How do I know? Because my father told me his deepest, darkest secret that he was fucking you. Right? And you and my mom happen to be cousins. And you look just like my Aunt Niecy, my Aunt Diane, and everybody else in my mother's side of the family. So now that you have this problem or this leverage that your father's a full-blood homosexual, right? You decide that whoever's not with your giddy, who's not with your movement, you're against. That's homosexuality. So you see the gay uncle, DDG, who probably as a young age put his little nephew's nuts in his mouth. Because as you can see, this little pretty girl who happens to be my cousin, Bali, is very unhappy around him. And you know what they say, before the age of 13 is age of reasoning. And that's when I got touched before the age of 13. The brain is like a sponge, and they pick up on the essence, which is your heart. And as you can see, the desperate, thirsty amphibian or the reptile is touching my little cousin. Now I bring up those animals because Vishnu was turned green. And his water was taken from him by Brahm. Shiva was turned gray. And he was backed away forever. And he had to grow a beard and a mustache just like Vishnu. Right? So whose degree was worse? Whose punishment was worse? Was it Vishnu, the guardian, protector, and shapeshifter of his community? Or was it Shiva, the destroyer of evil? He didn't destroy the evil. It was obviously it was evil because the consort complained about it. So if you're committing some type of homosexuality and you're thinking about somebody that's not homosexual, it can cause hatred. And hatred is supposed to be a bad thing. So the word degree, again, which is associated with murder, and also the translation of shahada, the word degree is now determined on who is worse and who was wrong. Was it Brahm for punishing both of them? Was it Vishnu for showing the homosexuality? Because Shiva is the baby father of Parvati Uma, and their son name was Ganesh? Because he was turned green. Vishnu, that is. Or was Shiva getting turned gray, stuck in the middle from white and black, because he didn't destroy Vishnu? And that's another sign of punishment, right? Let him live, right? Wanted his separation. So now we're turning you gray, confused, in the cloud because you didn't get rid of the evil. You shied away. So to understand the word degree and how they all was wrong, well, just Vishnu and Shiva, because Brahm is translated as Allah, the creator. We just use these humanly figures to depict what's really going on. So we have Monique, right? We have Monique, who is a part of the community. Why? Why is she a part of the community? She's a part of the community because her father is part of the community. Right? So, as you can see, they rep Jamaica. However, Jamaica is just the extra land of Virginia, where we're from. The colonized Indians of Virginia happens to be the Barksdales, Hartsdales, Scarsdales. They took our land. So they're the black white man, because they sound like fucking leprechauns. And if you replace this black with white, you see that it's an Irish flag. And the Irish people was known as the niggers to other white folks because their skin becomes dark. They can become sun-kissed. So that's what you see. This is part one of this video. You see a woman that's been following me and talking to me, subconscious in me, that looks just like my family. And that's what the second video is going to be about. And she knows my situation because White Plains, New York was talking as it happened. I had people approaching my family, wanting to fight my family, wanting to hurt my family because Max grabbed my genitals in front of everybody at the age of 8. But I was around him before that, 2 years prior to that, maybe even before. As I'm a baby, in the carriage, in the crib, while he's sitting down on the couch watching TV. But my recollection of when I could talk and walk, I talk about it right now. It's from the ages of 6 to 10. So now what you have is this evil bitch right here, right? She has her little thirsty ass children come to White Plains. DDG's not from White Plains, New York, and neither is Kai Cenat. After they just met me in 2004. And you got this little bitch ass nigga getting subconscious by his own mother and father. Oh yeah, by the way, his punk ass pops is related to my pops, my punk ass pops. This bitch ass nigga right here. And I remember you too. I remember your cousins. I remember everybody else that was in your family, right? He was around. This is breaking news. This is why I'm mad, and this is why everybody gonna feel me right now. This nigga was around when I was around Max. He was in White Plains, New York, when I was with Max. He was in the boxing gym, and he was at the fucking teen lounge when me and Paris and Max was together. He would come afterwards when my pops would get locked up, and he would come talk to me. This nigga right here. So you can't say I'm fucking crazy. Because I remember everything. I got the fucking memory of an elephant. And if you notice, Ganesh, who is Shiva's son, is a fucking elephant. It shows gigantism. Like me. I'm a baby giant. I'm a little giant. I only smash niggas that's bigger than me. But Deshay, I'm gonna make a fucking exception for you. And anybody else, all you other YouTubers, that's getting big off of me, by subconscious in me, in the name of your savior, Max Kellerman, I'm gonna smash you too. Believe that. I just came out of jail, nigga. And I'm still ready, nigga. And I'm still on go. With anybody. If you thought that shit was gonna chill me out, it only pissed me off. Like I said, I'm made for the fucking electric chair. So now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna try to get myself in a fucking electric chair. And I'm gonna show you this. Breaking news too. This eye is a little less functional than this eye because I have a scar here, you fucking assholes. So it's working harder. Yeah. Yeah. You see how shit you can't see? You want to feel bad for Kai Cenat, right? Because I slashed him in his fucking black ass face, right? But you ain't know that I had a fucking surgery right here and this is a fucking scar. You dickheads. Scarred up. Am I ever complaining? I have a laceration here. You see that? Via Max Kellerman. Age of reasoning. I have a fucking bachelor's degree and I could prove it while I'm right. That's why I got out of jail early. You dumb motherfuckers. So you want to keep messing with me, right? You want to keep subconscious in me. You want to keep talking, right? Okay, so let's talk then. You got this bitch coming to my great-grandmother's funeral, waiting for me, looking for me. Right? As you can see, when she's pregnant, because she ain't got no grandkids, she's not grandmother material. I just told you that Vishnu was a guardian, protector, shapeshifter, right? Shapeshifter. The hell is that, right? So I just showed you the picture, right? Turning into my cousin, who's a box there. Mirror, mirror on the wall. There's no mirrors in the insanity wall. Which community is you teaching it to? These is Barksdales, real Barksdales. You see how black my aunt is? She turns darker. It's called being Aberranian. I'm Aberranian. I'm light-skinned and dark-skinned. And I'm in the middle. I turn red and sun-kissed. I actually have a disability because I turn too many fucking colors. It's a disability. It's called the creed. You see my family? Free my cousin Kevin Barksdale, who had to shoot his way out of Yonkers. These god-awful Jamaicans, they keep coming at us. And y'all dumbass niggas is our fucking cousins. Right? Colonized Indians of Virginia. You see how we keep winning, right? We keep fucking winning, right? Yeah, that's crazy, right? So get this. I'm on go. Kai Cenat, you got my little cousin killed. Right? Maurice. You knew his name. You knew exactly what you was doing when you said my name. And you said I cut him. I cut you. You knew exactly what you was doing. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all some real shit. With my actions. So now, you have... Look at her. Look at their father. He looks just like my cousin I just showed you, right? So what we have is family. What we have is family turning on family. Look, he looks just like my cousin. Right? So this is the cousin that might be related to you, Hassan Campbell. Take note. Because guess what, Hassan Campbell? You was in jail when they were saying my name too. So you think you're slick. Right? And you're secretly spinning my videos. Well, guess what? I don't want you to spin my shit no more. I'm going to spin you. I'm going to take your little ass and I'm going to beat the shit out you. Because this is what they do in New York. They got this little parent thing that goes on where all the parents are supposedly cool and they just want another parent to come check their kid if they can't control their kid. My father. You fucking coward. You sat there and you went with this situation saying that I cut the little boy Kai Cenat. Now, mind you, they were 11, 12, and younger when they got cut by a bunch of 20-year-olds. So that could make me look real horrible, right? If I'm 20, 21, 22, cutting a little kid. This is perfectly thought out by this bitch right here with her younger boyfriend. That's making this little dickhead nigga miserable. And as you can see, this is the little boy, DDG's cousin, right? And they probably committed the Jewish christening act. Christening, sorry. The blessing of Jewish people. When they bring them to their little rabbi, and then the rabbi performs oral sex on the baby. Yeah. Go look it up. It's real. So that's what DDG got away with. And he ran from us. The East Coast. So now as I'm here on the East Coast, fighting in self-defense, because everybody thinks I cut these little kids, you're just making me more mad. In the name of Max Kellerman, your Lord and Savior. Now I'm up the ante. Now you gotta come with that thing. Now you gotta come with that bliggity. Now you gotta come with an axe or a sledgehammer or a chainsaw. Because I already proved my point in front of Max that I beat you up. I beat people up. One-on-one, I will beat you the fuck up. There's no L's. There's no losses in my column. I beat people up. And I showed you. Because when I got older, I did something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to be a boxer. And they helped me from boxing because they didn't want me to get big. Whether it was famous or they didn't want my body to grow. They also blamed it on this laceration, saying that it could cut open, it could be open. But last time I checked, you got headgear on in the amateurs. So it was straight bullshit. You were scared I was going to get big and strong, right? Like a boxer, and come knock any and everybody's head off. That's what it was, and that's what it is. Well, guess what? Ain't shit changed. I still break niggas up like chicken wings from fucking Chinese food. Period, point blank. Come see me one-on-one, don't have nothing with you, and watch me annihilate you. So, this is New York, this is how I got you, and that's why I told another country on your stupid ass. You sitting up here paying professional boxers, and we're watching this shit, right? We're watching it on free TV, cable TV, and pay-per-view, but you want to arrest me for beating people up. I didn't use no fucking weapon. That's how I got you. And it just so happens that my molester is Max Kellerman, and he's known for boxing commentation, right? Oh, yeah. So this little 5'2" nigga, the reason why you're not getting no ass and you got all that money is because you're coming up short, shorty. I'm 5'9" all the way. It gets no real over here. The story about Shiva and Vishnu, Vishnu is a giant. He's over 6 foot. Shiva was under 6 foot. So here I am. And with my cousin, well, being that he's my older cousin, you gotta call him my uncle, right? What he did was, he found out that the right leg was fucking Shiva. That's why he doesn't put a red flag on the right leg. He puts blue or gray. And the red goes on the left. Which is your left leg is Shiva's wife. Parvati Uma. The fertility goddess is your left leg. And her husband is the right leg Shiva. The sustainer, the Iblis, and the destroyer of evil. That's what the pitchfork is for. But we have the white pilgrims who made him look like he was a Satan. Yeah. Look at the thirsty savage. Look at the thirsty savage. Look at her mouth. Look at it. Look how ugly she is. It's because she's ugly in the inside. The thirsty savage. Look at the thirsty savage that came to New York, knew my name, and let everybody lie on me. Now, I done gave y'all motherfuckers numerous of times and opportunities to say something. So this bitch comes to my great-grandmother's funeral knowing everything that happened, right? And says nothing. No heads up or anything. You bitch. Yeah, you bitch. Look, he's a bitch too. So now you got my own friends and people I grew up with. Right? Friends. They got some leverage on me. You could turn on me now, right? You could be a grimy person, right? Yeah. But guess what? I never liked y'all niggas anyway. That's just what it is. I never liked none of y'all niggas in Yonkers anyway. And in White Plains, my own cousins, my own bloodline, y'all niggas know I don't like you either. I don't like your mother, and I don't like your father, and we blood related. So, as far as me caring about anybody else, these friends of mine, y'all niggas could die too. That's what it is. I'm on go. I was born in 86. All you 90s and 2000 niggas, let me tell you something. You privileged. That's what it was. That's what it is. You got the internet. You can get paid for this shit, right? You got it easy. We had to freestyle back in the day to get on with the rap shit. Not have some writtens and it's cute now and you can get signed. So you're privileged. And you're still eating off the 86 baby's essence. Like my story. Right? So you got this little, look, he's saying my name in his head. I'm not going to say my name right now. Look at my page. He's saying my name. It's called the subconscious because the conscious mind is when you're talking aloud. If you're dead on a fucking, on a bed and you're a vegetable, right? You're brain dead, but your heart is still beating. I'll say it again. You're brain dead. You're not conscious, you're unconscious, but your heart is still beating. So that makes you think, what the fuck really is a heart? What is the organ? It's a muscle. It's the strongest muscle in the body. So as the evil ass people, right, in the name of Max Kellerman, and 95% of y'all niggas is blood, and y'all got a shahada, which is a Muslim degree, it's a baptism of Islam, you have a shahada. I'm just saying shahada in my head as your brain goes off and your heart goes off. Right? Let's be crazy now, community. Since everybody wants to be crazy, because now I'm just talking about the Max Kellerman situation. Since everybody wants to be crazy before COVID, because before COVID, you motherfuckers was disgusting. Now that y'all gotta wear a mask and gloves, and the older people in your family is dying because they ain't got no oxygen, and they not strong enough to work out to go get the oxygen, now everybody wants to be soft and impotent, right? Except for me. I want you niggas dead. I want each and every body that's living in New York and across this country. And I'm the Aboriginal Native American. This is my land. I want y'all niggas dead. And I want to be a part of it. I want to be electrocuted or gassed up with y'all so we could die together. Since I'm always on your mind. Since I remind you of the Pocahontas that walked the fucking earth. The beautiful bitch that was my skin color when her hair touched her ass. And the Pepsi bottle, the Coca-Cola bottle body, yeah. The bitch reminds you of me, who's probably my family. Since you want me away and dead so you could grab one of them, it won't happen. Cause she's dead too. Dead, you fucking dumbasses. So now I want y'all niggas dead. Each and every one of you. I want you Hispanics going. I want you Jamaicans going. I want you Haitians or Haitings. I want y'all going. And you fucking yes men Africans, along with you white people, I want y'all dead. Gone. In America. I want you, and I will have my way. Because if you didn't think your kids deserve to die, they do. Since I gotta suffer since I was a little kid, and I had to struggle my whole fucking life because I got touched as a fucking kid, I want your kids dead now too. Since they was made from my essence, I want them niggas gone too. Each and every one of them. Now, look, Monique, what kind of mother is you, Monique? My own cousin. You think it's funny putting me in the battlefield with people that I once loved, that wasn't my family, my own fucking friends? You can ask the girl upstairs what happened in fucking school. You can ask the bitch upstairs what happened. That they listening in this story and they got people turning on each other and turning on me. Look at your chicken disease daughter. Passed out, thrown up, high. She's not even old enough to drink or smoke. Monique, you desperate bitch. And this little nigga right here, I will put him in a fucking box. Right? But as far as your extended family, DDG, and you go pick up your dead twin, your dead brother's twin. Go pick him up. Right? Because as far as I'm concerned, Max is a celebrity. So even if you're not thinking about him and his name comes up in your head, you're going to start thinking about him. It's just like having a craving for some food. You wake up, and all of a sudden, you want an egg sandwich. Or later that day, you want some fucking Burger King. Now, how in the world is this possible? Because back in the day, before it was religion, before the pilgrims came, before the Arabs came with the other slave fucking mentality of Islam, right? Before the Pakistanians, before everybody, the Spanish conquistadors, the Chinese people, before all y'all came, the Native Americans didn't have a language. And if you don't have a fucking language, you don't have a fucking religion. So there was no such thing as McDonald's. So how is the word McDonald's being processed in a brain when back in the day, it was no such thing? But it's a secret to the community that you can read each other's minds. Right? The god-awful community. The disgusting, retarded community. They fathers, right? It's your father. Your father got 2 guns. And it makes your mom laugh. It's that community right there. I am the 3rd and 4th kind. I'm like a fucking alien. I'm like an alien encounter. I'm not the one to go lay down. I'm not the one that's going to drop on his knees and submit and salam and bow to you. I am possessed by Shiva, the destroyer of evil, your community. If it looks like Vishnu and Shiva get along, you're wrong. Boxers fight and then they dap each other up. This fight was to the death. This is David versus Goliath. The Nephilim, the giant, because you almost think if you sleep with the same sex, you'll get bigger. I'm more of a man. You are what you eat. So if you eat some pussy, you must be pussy, right? But if you eat a man, you might become a man. Cannibalism, right? Oh, I'm making sense? It's because it's the dead honest truth. Until you dumbass niggas tell me if the Native Americans had religion, and how do you process things that are made up, that isn't natural, such as a name? How do you process that automatically? Until you answer that, then you can kill me. Otherwise, I'm going on a warpath. Y'all niggas is not safe. I could care less about the money. I could care less about the clout and fame. Cause you know, when you sit in that jail cell, besides having a whole bunch of money, what do you want? You want some pussy, right? So there goes the leverage, community. If you can escape, if you have to live in jail, or if you can escape, what you want more? Because if you got life in prison, $1 million isn't going to help you. But if you could get laid 3 times a week while you're in jail, for life, I think that answers the fucking question of degree, which is associated to murder. So what you motherfuckers want to do? Because I'm with it. Honestly and truthfully, this ain't a fifth I'm about to cop, because you could pick your poison, but the people already beat up and bruised up, y'all need to step aside. Because DDG, I want it with you, DDG. Kai Cenat, I want it with you. But what I want more, because it's been a long time, Deshae, and I had an open heart for you and that bitch Brooklyn, I want you dead, nigga. Look at me. I want you gone, deceased and buried. I want you deader than I want DDG dead. I want you deader than I want Kai Cenat dead. I want your sister Brooklyn dead. I want y'all bitches dead. And I want your fucking mother and father dead. Dead. You can't be that scared of DDG. You can't be that scared of Kai Cenat that you ain't come hit me up. You sat there in front of the cops and let them say my fucking name. In front of my father, who's a bigger coward because he wants my fucking aunt, cousin, Monique, more than he wants my own mother, and he took my mother's virginity. I'm a virgin baby. Yeah. So come Jesus Christ me. Because the last time I checked, the fake story of Jesus, he rose from the dead. So good luck on coming to kill me. But the real story of Jesus Christ, God took him. And the criminal named Jesus Christ was persecuted and executed that way. So I'm not using nobody's name. I'm using my own name. It's y'all that's using my name. So I'm going to be the Roman Empire and the Greek people. And I'm coming for everybody that's using that name. Yes, I just told you the real story of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ did not get killed that way. And for some reason, you women in America, you love that story of a man being fucking persecuted a little too much. Because you bitches that never wear a bullet or a knife that killed your fucking family member. You won't wear a fucking chain of a bed that he died on or go break the coffin up that you seen your deceased family member. You won't wear the coffin on your neck, but Jesus supposedly died on a fucking cross and you will wear that shit. So answer that. I'm sitting here through the essence of a law, which I learned is the universe. It's not a person. It's the universe. Look at my page. Aliens and UFOs are gas. Adam and Eve, you ate. Yeah, you had stomach gas because if you would have starved, your head would have got big and your fucking body would have shrunk. Like an alien, like we see, right? Am I making more sense to you? You already see what I'm about. I cut my hair. In DDG, you see me sit on my hair, pussy. I took the image of Brahm. It's called descriptive detail. There's no words with pictures in the Quran. There's no words with pictures in the Bible. It's called descriptive detail. Meaning you're using your brain, so when you read it in the inside, it sticks in the subconscious. And whatever you process consciously, it comes into fruition. That's why you don't say certain words in your head. Like fucking scar. Right? Scar. Like that one. Right? You don't say that in your head, right? Because your brain starts to process a little different. I'm really about that life. Go ask your God, Max Kellerman. Go ask him. I'm really about that. I'm really Native American. I was African for a job, and I don't want a fucking job no more. My job is to kill the whole America. Since you all believe in prophecy, and Jaguar Paw was the prophet human, right? Jaguar Paw, the cats. Well, this is a tiger. Right here. Look at Hindu knowledge. They were sitting on dead lions and tigers. This is a living, breathing, possessed tiger. What do you think possession is? Possession is when the brain becomes functioning with a fucking animal. And it's uncontrollable. Like the exorcism of Emily Rose. Don't you notice that? People that criminals, when they black out, you become a predator, you become a killer. It's an animal's natural instinct to go eat and hunt. He's not reading a fucking Quran or a fucking Bible. Neither is the female animal, because she goes and she kills. Last time I checked, you calling us primates. And gorillas, apes, and chimps, the female gorilla kills her own baby. And she eats the baby. Right? Oh, I got your attention. Like I said, if the wolf raped the ape, is it a cat? Is the offspring a cat? You ever seen a cat get sick? Stands like an ape. I had a cat that was 20 years old. Lymphoma. My cat had cancer, people. Cancer. Domesticated animals do not survive in the wild, in the jungle. Humans, genetic stem cell, genetic engineering made domesticated animals. You act like a fucking teacup Yorkie can survive in India or Africa. Show me a pit bull or a teacup Yorkie surviving in the hills, jungles, in the woods, the grasslands, the tropical islands, the tropics, period. Show me where them little domesticated animals is surviving in there with them lions and them bears. It's not happening. That's what Noah's Ark was. Yeah, Noah's Ark? Yeah, stupid. They're showing you that they made you. Clay, brown dirt, white sperm, made from fire, Shiva the Iblis. Whether there's another planet outside of our planet, and the government, G-O-D, government of departments, is hiding it from us, and then people could come here, but we can't go there, it shows another form of community. Body snatchers, organ harvesters, let's get them high with these opioids and take advantage of them. If they not down with it, then they're weak. We could beat them up. They have no oxygen. You see where this is going? I'm so serious with y'all motherfuckers that I could spit in my own fucking camera. That's how much I hate y'all motherfuckers. Right? There's nothing you could do to calm me down. Absolutely not. There's nothing you could do. Nothing. It's on site with each and everybody. They kicked me out of jail. I was on a 24-hour lockdown because everybody was scared. After they let me out of quarantine after 40 days, I crunched somebody. The whole time, when I'm in my cell, I'm telling everybody, all races, because I'm a racist motherfucker. I've been a racist motherfucker. I'm telling I want it with each and every one of you. In the name of your Lord and Savior, Max fucking Kellerman, who America paid him $6 million. Still. Yeah. And now sacrifice, right? Y'all all want to get along despite the color barrier, right? Not knowing that the Chinese people, they used to live over here, you dumbasses. This is the Chinese people's land just as much as is my land, the Native Americans. Don't we look just alike? They just left. And we call Negro. They got different type of hair. And what separates their hair and skin color is that them motherfuckers isn't red. And the people that looks like the Chinese people that have the silky hair and they're red because they're fucking frozen. Alaska. You see it? Dumbasses. You got away. The real runaways is the people of Jamaica. Because you know why? I'm from Virginia. That's where my family is from. You are our family. Each and every one of y'all is our tribe of Indians. Negro with the nappy hair. I love my shit. You got the silky haired people that you just keep chasing, right? Like you dark skinned motherfuckers, y'all always want a light skinned girl, right? Or a red bone, right? Always, right? Not knowing that Max wanted a jet black football playing ugly motherfucker, right? I'm gonna use the shades his wordplay. He calls people ugly. Yeah. You're very ugly in the inside, homie. Very. And so is your mother. Another person that's getting away with this shit, his name is Saroj. Sosa Geek. He's a part of the community. Look at his red flag. He remembers me. And cousin Wildam, if you want it, you can still get it.